this week's best MMA bets. We're talking UFC San Diego and Bellator 284. We're going to talk about the locks, dogs, props, and parlays for both of the cards. Make sure you guys smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, turn those post notifications on, and share the video as well. We're going to first jump into the lock section, and we'll talk UFC first, of course. So for the UFC, lock number one is going to be Lupita Godinez. I'm feeling good about her. I think Lupi wins, grappling, grinding decision, beats Angela Hill. Hill's plus 275, Lupi's minus 286. Let's see here. Godinez to win by a decision, minus 150. So the prop is shit there already. It's not a great line, minus 375. She's a really wide favorite. She's decent money line, I think, to attack. Don't love it as far as the prop side of things because a little bit wide. But I do think she wins decision. Lupita, potential parlay piece, heavy money line attack, confident pick. Next of the locks, Bruno Silva. I think he sleeps Gerald Meerschaert. Minus 270 for Bruno Silva over Meerschaert, who's sitting at plus 250. I do think he gets the KO. We've seen Meerschaert slept a couple of times before, and I think he's going to get slept here. Heinisch slept him quickly. He also got slept bad by Khamzat Chimaev. I think Bruno Silva, dangerous striker, adds to that list. KO for Bruno Silva, not a great line, minus 134. I do think he gets the KO. There's a lot of wide favorites on this card, minus 270 Silva. He should get the win. Meerschaert's path to victory is getting this fight to the floor any way possible. I think Silva's going to be a hard guy to get there, and I think standing up, he is going to destroy Meerschaert, who I think is just too stiff striking to deal with a Bruno Silva. Next of the locks, Gabe Benitez over Charlie Ontiveros. Minus 330 Benitez, Ontiveros plus 290. Benitez is past his prime. But I don't think Ontiveros is even UFC level. I think he's going to get stopped. There could be awkward moments with the kicking. Ontiveros Taekwondo background landed a weird axe kick on Steve Garcia. So he does have abilities to do damage striking. He's got a Taekwondo background. But Benitez is known for his kicks as well, known as the hardest kicker from at least Javier Mendez saying he held pads for him. And that's the hardest kicker at AKA, or the person he's ever held pads for. We'll see if he chops at the legs a bit. Benitez hasn't looked the same, but I still think he should stop somebody like an Ontiveros. Concerning, though, Benitez at minus 135, I don't think is a great idea. Money line minus 330. Him not looking great recently makes me not really like the idea of playing it, but he's still a lock pick, and I have to show the respect to him because he really should destroy a Charlie Ontiveros. If he doesn't, it's definitely time to call it. Next one, Ode Osborne. I think he beats Tyson Nam. I actually think he can stop him. Osborne is minus 225 as the favorite. Nam sitting in plus 215, underdog status. I feel like Ode Osborne has a chance to stop Tyson Nam, plus 185, Osborne KO TKO. Reason I'm feeling this is you got a long layoff for Nam. I think he looked okay against Schnell, got touched up a bit. I think Ode Osborne is coming into his own. I think he could definitely hurt Tyson Nam, especially an inactive Nam who's nearly 40. He's definitely past I think he's past the prime of a flyweight. And I see him getting stopped. He's been stopped in the past, and I think Osborne stops him here. And I think that'll be a signature win for Ode Osborne as well to get a knockout over game Tyson Nam. Next one, rebooking. Jason Witt, Josh Quinlan at minus 245. Yes, he's a wide favorite, but I do think Josh Quinlan sleeps Jason Witt. I like him to win by KO. Quinlan to win by KO is upwards of plus 125, so you're still getting that plus money. I think it goes under a round and a half, actually, at plus 145. I'm banking on Quinlan KO first or second round. Minus 245 money line. He's a little bit wide, but he's fighting a one-dimensional guy in Witt who wants to wrestle, but if isn't successful in the wrestling, is going to get destroyed in the stand-up. And I'm going to bank on destruction striking. And then the next of the locks, it's David Onama. I'm very confident he wins. Minus 210. At minus 210, it's okay. At minus 300 or more, I do not like it. I don't think an Onama deserves to be this big of a favorite. He's still a developing prospect. Nate Landwehr is a game vet. Plus 260 for Nate Landwehr. I think Onama knocks him out first or second. Onama can start fast and does land with a ton of power. Plus 175. We've seen Landwehr starched early in fights. Can Onama follow suit? We're going to find out a lot. I don't think this is co-main event worthy. I don't think this is a ton of money bet worthy, but I feel like David Onama is going to win the bout, even though I think deservingly the line should be a little bit closer because I have to respect the game of Nate Landwehr. He's not an easy out for anyone. I do want to jump over to Bellator and talk about just one lock there, actually. It's Gokhan Sarakam sitting at -160. I think he wins the fight against Saeed Salma. I think he beats him by a decision. -150 over a round and a half. Quality play also. I love that line. Sarakam to win by decision, +240. Sarakam decision, +240. I do think he wins probably on the cards. It is big heavyweights, though. I like Sarakam money line at -160. I think he's a quality play for Bellator close money lock here. I do want to bring a couple of fights to the attention, but not necessarily calling them locks. Martin Buday, pretty confident pick, and I do believe he wins the bout. But the reason I don't want to lock him up is I was not impressed by the grinding clinch fest decision. -220. Brzeski has dangerous striking. He's upwards of +250. Buday should win. I'm predicting him to get a decision here, but not loving the bet on it. But still had to bring it up because it is a confident pick that was worth mentioning. Now, I want to jump to the dog side. Let's talk some underdogs. We'll talk UFC, and then we also got a couple over in Bellator. Dog number 1, Devin Clark. I think that he can win a decision over Azamat Mirzanakhanov with a very wrestling-heavy game. +140 for Devin Clark. Mirzanakhanov is -142. Over 2.5 rounds, +110. I think we are probably going the full, and it's going to be a Clark wrestle fest. That's how he has to win this fight. I don't think Mirzanakhanov is all that impressive, at least not yet. I wasn't impressed against Chukwi. Clark by decision, +300. I don't necessarily like that play. I think better off you touch Clark as a money line dog attack at +140. Reasonable. I actually think he wins the fight. Next of the dogs, I like Nina Nunes, nearly +150 to beat Cynthia Calvillo. I think she's going to end up winning the fight on the judges' scorecards. I think the kickboxing and the jab really for Nunes can control the range and control the fight. She's got to fend off takedowns. I believe she will. I'm not very impressed what I've seen from Calvillo, especially upper weight class at 125. Nina Nunes also upper weight class now at 125. Both girls previously straw weights at 115. But I think Nina Nunes is a lot more mobile, and I like the style, and I see her winning the bout. +150 range for her. I do believe Nunes wins by a decision, which sits at +225. The over here at -213. Maybe not a terrible play, but I think Nina Nunes' money line attack is the way that personally I'll be going on this one. Next one, Yusuf Zalal, Damon Blackshear, +113. Damon Blackshear is the pick over Yusuf Zalal. It's a close money favorite, but one I had to mention. I do have Blackshear winning the fight on the cards. I do probably think he wins a competitive decision, +246. Zalal fighting at 135. Blackshear, short notice debut. I like what I've seen from Blackshear. And I've seen Zalal, and there's moments I'm impressed, but a lot of the time I'm underwhelmed, and I feel like somebody like a Blackshear, even on short notice, is going to do good work here. I want to jump over to Bellator because the dogs here are pretty heat. First one, Aaron Jeffrey, +170 underdog. I think he could beat Austin Vanderford. He's the official pick. It is competitive for sure. He's good in the front headlock position. Maybe a chance of win by submission. Look at the Hail Mary, +1400. Maybe not a bad idea. Vanderford is, pretty good wrestler. Aaron Jeffrey, also a good wrestler. I think Jeffrey has the better kickboxing and the better submission game. Vanderford probably with the better ground and pound and overall takedowns. I think Jeffrey can defend, and I like Aaron Jeffrey to win around +170 as an underdog. I feel like he's not a bad attack here. And then the next is going to be Goichi Yamauchi at the top, +160. I think he beats Neiman Gracie. He's the better striker in my opinion. He's more explosive. Wrestling of Gracie, not his best attribute. I don't think it's going to be easy to take Yamauchi down if they go to the floor. Yamauchi is still incredibly good on the ground. Yes, he's not a Gracie, but I think he's competitive in the grappling. I don't think Neiman Gracie taps him out. If he did, it would be super impressive. Yamauchi moving up from 155, to me, he's going to have the speed edge. Look at the physicality of Gracie. He's not impressive. He's not like a well-built, super strong individual. He has very good jiu-jitsu. I think he lacks stand-up. He's okay in the striking department, but not top line. And I think Yamauchi has a lot more explosiveness and is better at closing distance, and I think could hurt him with the striking. If it comes down to standing up in boxing range, I think Yamauchi could actually crack him with a big straight shot. I'm predicting Yamauchi to win, leaning it by decision, though, which is sitting at plus 415. Yamauchi by KO, TKO is plus 450. And just because it's a Gracie by sub, plus 250. I like Yamauchi's chances. Upset, I'm riding with underdog. I think the dog comes through, man. I feel good about it. I want to talk some props and potential value bets in this next section. First one, I like Lipski Cachoeira to go over. I expect this fight to go full 3. Prediction is Lipski to win. She's minus 185 as the favorite. Over 2.5 rounds, nearly minus 170. I actually don't think that's a bad play. I feel like we're probably going long, but it's going to be a sweaty one because I expect this to be a very entertaining brawl. But I feel like we're going the distance. Minus 170, Lipski Cachoeira, riding the Lipski side to win the bout. The next one, Vera Cruz, I also think is a fight that has a fair shot of going over, but looking at him, it's not a good line. Minus 180 for 4.5 rounds, over 4.5 rounds, I don't like it. Vera's minus 190. Cruz plus 205. Money line minus 190. Vera's not bad. Let's see here. Vera to win a decision plus 155 also. He could land the knockout shot though. Vera by KO plus 340. Not a Hail Mary like level of width to the line, but wide. And I could see him knocking Dominic Cruz out. I feel like as far as the prop betting side for the UFC and value bets, those are a good slew to talk about. The Boudet-Brzeski fight also actually over a round and a half. Didn't talk about that one as we brought up Boudet. It's not a bad line, minus 165. And I do think there's a good chance we go a bit long for that fight. As far as Bellator, there's one that I want to mention. Minus 129, Alimale McFarlane to beat Bruna Ellen. Listen, if Alimale wouldn't have lost to Justine Kish, that line wouldn't be as close as it is. She's still top tier Bellator, former champion. She should beat a Bruna Ellen dominantly. I like her money line. It's a great play value-wise, but she could be washed. She could be past her prime. I don't think there's value on Bruna Ellen as a low-confidence dog. I think better Alimale, close value as the favorite. And then you have Valentin Moldavsky, Steve Mowry. The pick is Moldavsky to win a decision. Not a terrible play, minus 195, but as a fan, I'd love to see Steve Mowry put on an impressive display and get himself a title shot. Especially he's 10-0, 6-8. It's a great story. I hope he stops Moldavsky, but the official pick is Moldavsky. Don't love the bet on him. Just because of concerns, I wasn't super impressed with, not that I wasn't super impressed with Bader, I really wasn't though. Steve Mowry though is probably going to get controlled from the grappling throughout the fight. Against the cage, a lot of pressure. Moldavsky is going to be fighting a guy with dangerous submissions though in Mowry, but I don't know if I can see Mowry locking one up on Moldavsky. Though he's got a clear size advantage, he doesn't have great technical wrestling. Moldavsky has that tricky technical wrestling game. Mowry is the fan pick, but the actual prediction, Moldavsky to win. Overall, both cards have some pretty decent betting action. I want to jump towards the parlay section to talk about maybe a cross play, some UFC lock plays. If you're doing a crossover play for Bellator, I think Gokhan would be a confident addition that I feel pretty good about just looking at the matchup. As far as who you'd mesh it with, I think Lopito Godinez, it brings you to plus 105. I also think a good play would be a Bruno Silva, plus 178. Wide favorites, but still bringing you in that plus money range, and I'm confident in all these picks. Plus 291 if you added in Osborne, and then if you also wanted to maybe touch it with a little bit of action from David Onama, plus 431. You should get the win. He's a lock. He's a confident pick. But I do respect Landwehr as a difficult guy to deal with coming in, especially as an underdog. Josh Quinlan, plus 647. We're getting crazy here with all these favorites. I want to add dog to the slate. A Goichi Yamauchi crossplay with Lupita Godinez and Bruno Silva, plus 359. I like this play a lot. If you were looking to take out Bruno, you keep Lupi in the mix, though, and you go for another dog. If I'm going UFC dog, I feel like I lean it towards Clark because of UFC experience to experience with Mirzakhanov and Clark, plus 665 if Clark were to win. But I also do like Nina Nunes to take it. And let's say you took Clark off, you're at plus 716 with those. That's a dog-heavy parlay. But it could come through. I like Goichi's chances. Ali Malay, if you wanted just straight value, you go her and Lupi, plus 131. Not terrible there, but it doesn't give me the greatest line ever. If you added Gokhan in too, plus 264, have a little confidence with Bellator, I don't think that's too bad. But Lopita Godinez, to me, is like the staple addition to really any of the parlays that I'm going to be doing. So I'm riding with Lupita as extreme confidence. I've been very impressed by her, and I honestly expect big things. And I see her as a contender in the weight class, and Hill being a good matchup. Over 1.5, Breshki Boudet. Then you also throw on the slate of David Onama, plus 176. There's a lot of ways to play it. I lean you towards being cautious with the parlays. Don't go nuts. Keep them 2-3 fighters max for maximal profit. If you want to get a little bit crazy, throw in some big underdogs or go nuts and try to pick like a clean sweep of the card with your confident picks. Of course you could. Plus 639 if we added this on there. Benitez 2 plus 857. We want to jump with Bellator on it and add in Ali Malay, Gokhan. We're going crazy here. Plus 2,561. Odds low. Possibility always there. Be intelligent with your plays, though, guys. Just keep it smart, keep it safe. 2-3 fighters max for the parlays. Touch those money lines. Touch a couple over-unders. But the money line is going to be where the money is truly made. Much love, my people. I appreciate each and every one of you for the continued support. Smash the hell out of the like button if you're new. Subscribe to the channel. Turn those post notifications on and share the video as well. This video right here was actually a full retake because I start recording, didn't realize anything, did a full this week's Best of MMA Bets, and then realized the microphone was not on for whatever reason. But we got it working now. Much love, my people. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think. Drop a W in the chat. As always, if you don't have anything to say to run that algorithm up, I'll be live for the full card on Saturday for the UFC, so definitely tune into that. Thank you all. Much love. Peace, and I will see you guys all in the next one.